At the start of this video journal, I said that I was going to be absolutely candid with absolutely everything. Absolutely. And this is absolutely my most candid video yet from an emotional standpoint. I just feel absolutely overwhelmed in a nihilistic way. My heart rate over the last hour or so has just been non-stop. It won't slow down, it won't chill out. I've been shaking uncontrollably. It just feels like the walls are caving in and there's no escaping, and I'm being crushed, but slowly, and not enough to kill me, just enough to feel my bones like get crushed and crumple on top of each other. Like that's how my rib cage feels, at least, genuinely. And I don't know if other people feel emotions as intensely like this, or maybe they do, and they just are able to cope with it better than I am. Or maybe it's a bit of both. Maybe I do feel emotion really, really intensely and physically, and I'm also not the best at dealing with it. And spending a lot of my time doing absolutely anything to cover those feelings probably hasn't helped in my development of my emotional sturdiness per se. But my mind just plays on repeat, and I can't shut it off. No matter what I do, I cannot shut it off. I cannot sleep. And I have all this energy and all this pain, and I put all this energy and pain into these different endeavors that I know will pay off one day. And I guess maybe that's the reason for all of this. This pain is just my power to do things, but it's terrible. I don't wish this feeling on anybody. Or maybe those are just the ways in which I cope, that whole mindset. Is that just coping, or is that genuinely dealing with my problems? I don't know. How do I even deal with these feelings? Do I just become better? Because that's the only option I see. And I feel like there's just so much built up trauma from inside of me related to this emotion, or these emotions of loneliness and lack of connection. It's a very familiar ache to me that I I think there's a lot of trauma surrounding it. So when it does come up and flare up like this, which it hasn't for a very long time, it also just brings with it all of those other unresolved feelings that I have inside of me. I know I'm going to make it one day, and I know that I will get to where I want to be, or at least somewhere on the dartboard. And I know that, this isn't all for nothing, that this is, there's reason behind it. And that, I'm not really a religious person per se, but I do think like that. I do think that, we don't know our trajectory and our path, and there's nothing that can decide that for us other than what happens to us. So, every action is a culmination of everything that has previously happened to you in your life. But anyway, like, that was kind of nonsense. But when I do make it, how do I still experience these emotions like I do right now? Or do I just need to build a bit better resilience to them? And will I always feel this deeply? Will I always have these deep feelings within me? And how will I deal with them better in the future? To be honest, filming this has already made me feel better. It already has planted a seed of hope in me. And so maybe just talking to myself out loud is a coping mechanism. Maybe this video is a coping mechanism. And knowing that I'm going to reach my goals, is that all just a coping mechanism too? Or am I genuinely dealing with problems that is making me a better person, that is going to lead to me becoming? Yeah, so one day I will probably look back on all of this and I'll probably laugh. Maybe the answer isn't always where you're looking.